Okay, good morning, everybody. All right, listen up here. So, we just got confirmation that the Nasdaq is done with its rally. Um, you can see the indicators. We're at the top here, and now we're gonna come back down. See, we couldn't even get as high as this 61% did. So we couldn't make it high enough to touch it or break above it. Now we're going back down. We're gonna have to test lower. We got 9 minutes till the open, so this is obviously not a good sign. Friday, I did say we were gonna have a bad day Monday, and then possibly a turnaround Tuesday or Wednesday. Um, or we could even go into a divergence where the market keeps going down and the indicators start resetting and going up again. So, I mean, right now, I just wanted to post in and confirm this to everybody. Um, it's kind of ridiculous. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's the Trump trade, this just trade deal. This China shit, it would hurt us, so that's what's causing the market to go down." Well, no, I mean, the market has been stopped in its tracks, with that, with you know. Everything was good. Everything was normal until we had this big drop here. So, you know, this is where it was and this is what changed everything. Now, nothing is the same. Now, nothing is the same because now this bull market of 2017 going vertical is now broken. And if you look at the run up to now from '09, um, you'll see it. Um, it's more gentle. All the corrections were gentle. This usually what happens at the peak of a spike is an acceleration, straight straight up, and that's what we have. Straight up, and now we're in the aftermath of recovering and going through this. Um, so that's that. I think we're gonna go lower. We're gonna test today. We'll look out for the 61%. Um, there's not much room the markets could go though. That's the technical thing. Um, we could probably turn around if something happens. Um, I don't know if something happens. Like what, Michael? What's that something? Well, what's that something? Well, the indicators are going to have to come up. Um, so let's look at the Nasdaq futures on a daily. So look, we're up on the daily. So they came up. Now we're going to come down. It looks like they should come up a little bit higher. Um, but I don't think they are. I think it's just going to be a continuation of downward. I think we're going to actually become underbought and go green, go here, maybe even in the teens or the single digits for the RSI. Um, I think it's going to have to come down here and turn around. It's because we're no longer, if I'm not mistaken, we're no longer in a bull market, we're in a bear market. So the indicators are going to start to go on the bottom side of the indicator. See, there's the top side and the bottom side of all these indicators. Um, so what happens in a bear market is the indicators kind of float towards the bottom of the indicators. See, like look at the S&P 500. It's completely hasn't broken above this this midway point here. So that's an awful sign for health. That's that. What we're looking at for today would I expected a bad day today, and that would force the market to have a good not a good, but just restructure the indicators. That's what we're looking for. Is a restructuring of indicators, and where the indicators will point, because the Nasdaq could start to go down and point downwards and do the same thing that the Dow and S&P are doing. So we're just gonna have to keep watch. Um, you know, we're gonna have to keep watch. Um, and that's that. You know, I guess I'll do a quick update of what's going on. I'll give you another quick update. I mean, gold is kind of backed off. Gold is backed off. 10 years kind of floating. Um, 10 years just floating. I'll pull it up so you guys can see instead of me just pulling up on the side. 10 years floating. I mean, listen, we could break above this, no problem, but something's happening here. Oh, Jesus. We just have to, the indicators are reset a little bit, and we're expected to come up again. Um, See, earlier this morning, this was light green. I mean light red. I mean dark red. My apologies. So that dark red would indicate that it's the less of the selling has dissipated. Um, but it looks like we can't break above this a simple moving average here from Thinkorswim. So I think at some point today we're gonna eventually break through this um, and become positive. We spiked up. We're here, so I mean, this is the next point. If you were to make a see, this remember I was talking about with the one Jimmy or the two, the two itsy bitsy spiders with the three little pigs. That's you could clearly see that's two identical movements. Um, and it could go for a third here. It could go for a third. Um, or it could break it and retreat lower. I just I just don't think, I don't know how that's possible. We know that the Fed is continuing to buy bonds, so nothing's really changed. Um, we can look at the Federal Reserve balance sheet and actually see what they're buying, but that's a topic for another video. We're going to cut this video short. We're going to have this short pre-market vid. Um, Bottom line is indicators have to reset. So how that happens is who knows, whose guess, doesn't matter. But the point of the matter is, um, you know, market open. So the point is sorry guys. I don't see where the fuck is the ticker. I mean the there it is. Didn't want to show up. Guess I'm lagging that hard. Okay, well, for up here then, that's pretty It's a pretty big move here. I mean, we just jumped through that 7100 level. You know, so if the indicators do reset now, you know, which it looks like they might, I thought that that the 78% would be enough resistance to slow her down. Looks like the Dow here is up. Yeah, see, I don't know. I just let's look at the daily actually. Let's see what kind of uh how the indicators reset at real quick. So look here, they reset decently, but does this indicate that the worst is over? Maybe. We'd have to watch and see how this plays out. See, the Dow's kicking off here, but it's gonna have to pass. We're gonna have to test this 2600. So really, and also you know, I wasn't necessarily wrong when when I said that Monday we're gonna have a lot of selling, because actually um over the weekend uh the markets were sold off a lot. Um, there's some, yeah, and we bounced off this 38% right here. Um, so I expect a mild rally. Um, but we'll have to see what happens to the MACD and the indicators on if this is a reversal or if this is just resetting indicators and taking a breath of fresh air. All right, well, that's it for today. Thank you very much, and I'll tune in later with you guys, and we'll go ahead and check to see what's going on. Thank you very much.